It's not nice or not nice. We just give our feedback. What's our experiences? The speakers deserve to hear that. Okay, you're on.
My main goal in life is to become a head basketball coach at the college level. Now, to most people, basketball isn't as interesting as it is to me, obviously, because it's what I want to do with my life. But I'm going to try and make basketball exciting for you, too. Because I want you to understand that the reason why I like basketball so much is because it has to do with more than just putting a ball through a hoop. It has to do with teamwork. And teamwork affects all of our lives. You'll need teamwork to be successful in life, and you will need teamwork to be successful in basketball. First of all, I'd like to go over a quote from Henry Ford about teamwork. Coming together is a beginning, he says. Staying together is progress, and working together is success. In 1986, the most popular movie about basketball came out to this day. The name of the movie was Hoosiers. And this movie had a little piece of Americana with it. And it should be able to connect with you. The movie was about how a small team from Hickory, Indiana, with an enrollment of around 60 students, defeated a big school of around 2,000 students from South Bend, Indiana, in the 1951 state basketball championships. This, many people don't know, is based on a true story. From this movie focused on what I'm going to discuss today, the motion offense. The motion offense is based on team principles. It is used by many college and high school teams. The head coach at Indiana University, Bob Knight, says, offensively, Indiana is a team that relies on three things: passing the ball, cutting without the ball, and screening for each other so that we end up with a good shot. So these are the three principles of motion offense. We've got screening, which I will teach first, cutting, and pass. Now I'll have to draw some X's and O's for you to see this. Here we have the basketball court. The screens there are 6 different types of screens. We have the down screen. First of all, let me tell you what a screen is. A screen is what a shooter uses to get open for a shot. So say this is my offensive teammate, and there's a defensive man here, and I want to get open for a shot. My man will screen the defender, and I will come around that screen, and I should get an open shot at the basket. So that's what a screen is. And we have, as I said, 6 different types of screens. There's the down screen, there's the up screen, there's the cross screen, then there's the ball screen. Say the man's got the ball, he'll come up and screen for the man with the ball, so the man with the ball can go around the screen, and then he'll simply roll off to maybe receive a pass. Another type of screen that varies from all of these things is called a slip screen, in which a screener screens, but it's just basically a fake screen in which you'll screen the man and he'll slip off of it quick for a pass. Then the last type of screen we have is also a variation of these types of screens. It's called the re-screen. It can be used off of any one of these types of screens. It's simply where a man will up screen and he'll quickly turn around and re-screen down. Or he'll down screen and he'll quickly screen back up. Now, for these screens to work, we have to have good kinds of cuts. Every type of cut is a V cut. A V cut is what we use. It's like this. It comes off of every type of cut. Because you have to take a man one way, or else going, like say if I'm going to go around the screen, if my man sees me just go around that screen, he's just going to easily defend me. But if I fake that I'm going to go one way, and then I go the other way, that screen, that'll set him up for the screen, and I'll be able to come open. So we use that V. So the 4 different types of cuts that we use that V for are the front cut, and we'll use it, go back to our screens, and the front cut is where if we have our defender here, we'll cut in front, we'll V, and then we'll cut in front of him. Then the next type of cut we have is called the back cut, in which if we have our defender here, we will V and we'll cut behind him. Next, we have 2 different kinds of cuts that are used in certain situations where we always want to read the defensive man. And that's where these two types of cuts are used. We have the flare cut and the curl cut. The flare is simply when we read the man is going to defend near the basket, we'll quickly V and flare out for an open shot from the outside. Or if we see that the man is going to follow us, because he thinks that we might flare out, he's going to follow us around that screen, we can just simply, like say this is my screen, and I see my man's following me, I'll just quickly curl around that screen, and I'll get a catch and an easy score, because the basket over here, my man will have been following. So now, putting all that together, what we need is we need the delivery of the ball, which comes from the pass. There are 4 different types of passes to deliver the ball. You have the overhand, two-hand pass, which is very effective because it's very easy to fake a pass. It's always important to fake passes to set up screens so that you don't turn the ball over, because if you can't fake the pass, then the defender will see where it's coming and will easily intercept it. The next type of pass that we have is the two-hand chest pass. It's also easily faked because you have 2 hands on the ball, but it's more forceful pass. Next we have, with either hand, you can have the one-hand push pass. I don't like that term, one-hand push pass, because you always want to have 2 hands on the ball. With one exception, you want to have 2 hands on the ball when you're passing. And you push the ball in with one hand on the side and one hand pushing the ball in. You can go either way. Then there's one pass that you might want to use. It's more of a full court pass. This offense is based in the half side of the court. In the full court, we can use the baseball pass to get an easy basket. If a man is open wide all the way down the floor, we'll use the baseball pass, and that's simply because you throw the ball like a baseball. Now, putting all this together, I have a quote from head coach Jan Van Bredikoff of the Vanderbilt Commodores. He says, "Dean Smith has had a lot of success with the motion offense, and Bob Knight at Indiana has refined it in the mid-'80s, and Mike Krzyzewski at Duke has added some new wrinkles. Each team has their own concept of the offense, and they have all been successful." Like Coach Van Bredikoff says, the offense can be used by many different teams because it's very versatile. Putting it all together, what we want is it's a very unpredictable offense, and that is what makes it so good. Other offenses have patterns, and a team can scout those patterns, and so this offense is just free-flowing. It's very unpredictable, and it's called motion offense because we continually have motion on all parts of the floor. And we'll always keep the ball. What we say in coaching is we say top side, side, top, side. We want to keep the ball moving, and we want to have players keep moving and screaming. And that's how we get people open. In conclusion, I'd like to say, to refer back to the fact that this is a teamwork thing. And teamwork is, as I said, an important part of life and an important part of basketball. And that's what I've learned, and that's what I'd like to teach. And I'd like you to see maybe some of you come out this Wednesday. Vanderbilt Commodores are going to be taking on the Auburn Tigers, number 21 Auburn Tigers, in a big SEC basketball game. And if you want to see motion offense and teamwork, you can come out to the basketball game.
I think with as much energy as you have, you do a good job as a coach.
Thank you.
I agree.
I needed just some clarification, which you can just tell me because you may have said it in your speech.
Sure.
But when you kept saying the word screens, when you were talking about screens, and like you were like, these screens, this screener, whatever, I started to get confused.
Okay.
But I just kind of want to know that, okay, just for my own well-being. Screening is a type of blocking, right?
Yes.
And what's the difference between the upward screen, the backward screen? How do those move in relation to each other? Are they occurring at the same time or no?
Well, they are occurring many times at the same time. But like I said, the motion offense, it has no patterns. So basically the players, like I said, they read the defense. So on one side of the floor, you can have a down screen for a man to go up. He's coming, okay, if the basket's here, he's going to come down. He's going to block a man so this man can pop out. Maybe he'll get a pass here. And on the other side of the floor, you have somebody screening up for a guy to cut down towards the basket. And that's why it works so well, because the defense doesn't know what's happening. you know, I mean, it can happen in any order.
And then the slip screen is just across the key would,
The slip screen is just, if a man sees that a player is overplaying in certain situations, he can just quickly, he says, oh, he's gonna, it's called helping on the defensive side of the ball. They'll help off of a man, and when a player notices that he's helping, he can just simply slip to the basket, and that man will have been helping on that other offensive player, and he'll be wide open for the basket.
I like teachers really good, energetic and everything, but the only problem I had is that your diagram on the board is kind of small, and you only use one of them, so I got all confused because you have crossing lines with other lines, and maybe it's a girl thing, I don't know, but I just could not figure out what man was going where and who's going up and down.
Okay. Agree, disagree?
Agree. I apologize.
No, don't apologize. Just listen. Now wait, I want to go back to this comment before because we didn't agree or disagree. Before her questions, he said she was confused about the types of screens.
just
You
the
needed more
terms.
elaboration. Yes, no?
I agree.
Yeah.
How many people agreed with that? A couple of you? Yeah, a couple, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay? Yeah.
I thought that it was quite obvious that you were really interested in your subject and really knowledgeable about
Agreed.
it. And that made, for me, that made it more interesting to me because just to see someone so totally into what they're talking about. The only thing I had a little bit of problem, I felt too much of it was delivered to the board and not out to us. I mean, I know that's kind of necessary when you're, writing up there a lot and showing diagrams, but I just felt kind of left out.
Agree, disagree?
Disagree.
I think your motion with the podium and all that, saying this is your defense, man, and you're moving around, that was very good. Because it really gave us like oh, there it is, Gave us a real eye for it.
I play basketball since like birth, and so I thought that this was going to be boring because I know about screens and all that, but I still found I was still very drawn into the speech.
I thought that you were able to present it in a way that was simple enough, especially with the moving, in a way that's simple enough for people who don't understand basketball to do it, to understand it and stay with it. But I mean, I played basketball all through high school and everything, and you're still able to present it in a way that was better than my coach ever did in high school. So.
I agree.
I like the way you helped yourself by outlining your stuff on the board, so that you're just going to stay up there and just kind of go with the stuff on the board. You just kind of just look over the board, not have to look down. That's what I had to just look up there.
Agreed. I just wanted to know more about your ethos. I mean, obviously you want to be a coach, and so that really helped to put us in the speech. But then I wanted to know, I mean, did you play football? Are you playing? I mean, basketball. Are you playing basketball now? Do you work with the Vanderbilt, or are you just interested in wanting to be a coach?
I'm a team manager.
Stop for a minute. Do you agree or disagree, audience?
I agree.
To answer your question, I'm one of 7 student team managers for the varsity.
I just wanted to.
That would have been useful to know.
But
Thanks.
the reason I said disagree was because I remembered from the first time, from the informative speeches we gave on the first day. That's the reason I disagree, because I remember. No, but you weren't there. That's